Let's make a fun weeknight meal. It's very easy to put together. Spaghetti stuffed garlic bread. I found this recipe over on TikTok. Several people over there are making this recipe and it looked delicious and very easy to put together. You're going to start with a loaf of French bread. Now they did both sides of this. We're going to cut this, but we're going to only do one of these. Depends on how big your family is to put this one together. Take a serrated knife. We're going to slice through the bread long ways, all the way across to the other end. Keep an eye on both ends here. You want to make sure you're going across through the middle and not find yourself at the bottom there. Now let's see, which one do we want? Do we want the bottom or do we want the top? Ooh, that looks good, huh?
I'm thinking the top.
All right. So if you're doing both of them, just keep them both right here. If you're just going to want to do one, which is probably about 4 portions, then you can just remove the one that you don't want to use. There we go. We're going to scrape out all of the inside of the bread. Don't go all the way down to the bottom there. We need that to hold everything in. So just start on one end and then just pull it out. Now you can chop this up and put it in a bag, freeze it, use it for croutons. Toast it first, I would, because it smells delicious. French bread, We're going to bring over a small bowl. We're going to add in 4 tablespoons of butter. We don't have to be too precise. Let's see. I guess if we're doing one, we're going to split the recipe. So 2 tablespoons of butter. So let's melt that. I've got the cheater's version of garlic right here. 1 teaspoon. Let's mix this together. We're going to slather it all on the inside of our bread. That's what it looks like a boat, right? Try to keep it together. Keep it together. This is going to be the garlic bread. This looked like a fun meal. I love spaghetti and meat sauce. One of my favorite meals. I've made a spaghetti pie. So when you can come up with different ways to bring dinner to the table, why not? All right. Take your garlic bread, place it on a sheet pan lined with some parchment paper. We're going to place this in the oven. It's been preheated at 400 degrees for about 5 to 7 minutes until it gets nice and toasty and crispy. While the bread is in the oven, we're going to go ahead and bring our water to a boil, which I already have done. Comes to a boil faster with the lid on it. I'm going to add in about ½ a tablespoon of salt. That's good right there. We're going to add in 8 ounces of spaghetti. Even if you have extra, that's totally fine. We're going to cook this per the directions on the back of the package, which is about 11 to 12 minutes for tender pasta. I'm going to stir this around just for a few seconds. It'll help it not stick. I just pulled the bread out of the oven. Doesn't that look crispy and golden brown? We're going to set this aside and make that meat sauce while the spaghetti's cooking. I've got 1 pound of ground beef in a large skillet. We're going to break it up. We're going to start browning it up. You want to make sure that you're using a large skillet. That way we can hold everything. We're going to add in 1 diced up bell pepper, the green one. I love the green pepper. I love it in spaghetti sauce too. I've already washed my pepper. We're just going to slice it. I saw this recipe and I knew I was going to make it. And I'm going to make my sauce that I love for pasta. I use the same sauce here for spaghetti, for lasagna, for manicotti. Okay, so I turned the pepper slices and then I'm just going to run my knife through it. We're going to make some dices. We're going to go ahead and add it to the ground beef so it can soften down while the ground beef is browning up. We're going to do a whole yellow onion. Make sure you take off the ends. Peel off that outer layer. Nobody wants to eat that. There we go. We're going to cut the onion in half. Sometimes I just like to chop everything up, not get my chopper out. Depends on what's going on. I'm following the lines of the onion, making my slices. Yep, I magically have that third hand over here, browning up the ground beef. He's in the kitchen today, you guys.
I am.
That's Thomas, my husband, if you don't know him. He usually works the camera in the back end. All right, so I've turned the onion around. I'm just gonna run my knife through it. And once we get these diced up, we'll add them to the ground beef. All right, let's get it all kind of broken down together. My pasta is ready to be drained. I'm just gonna drain it, put it back in its pot, and then we're gonna finish up the sauce. I learned to cook this bolognese sauce from my mom. The only difference is that I'm gonna be using jarred sauce, and she used regular tomato sauce and doctored it up. We ate a lot of spaghetti when I was young, and homemade ravioli. All right, what we're gonna do now is drain the grease out of the meat, and then we're gonna start doctoring this up. Sometimes the easiest things, right? Just get some paper towels and push it into your meat. We're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of butter. That's my secret ingredient right there. We're gonna add in our favorite pasta sauce, about 24 ounces. If we have extra, that's fine. We'll eat it. To cut the acidity of the tomatoes in there, I'm gonna be using 1 tablespoon of sugar and about 1 tablespoon of some Italian seasoning. This is an Italian-inspired dish for sure. We're gonna sprinkle in a whole ton of some garlic powder.
Keep the vampires away.
Yeah. We're gonna crack in some black pepper. I think my batteries are low. That looks good.
Use it every day.
Yep. We're gonna put in a little bit of sauce. I'm gonna keep the sauce pretty thick, so I'm not putting any water in there. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and turn off our meat sauce. Well, we're gonna turn the burner off anyway. We're gonna add our cooked spaghetti to the sauce. Then we're gonna coat all the spaghetti. Hey, we would like to know, what do you put in your sauce? How do you make your sauce? It's 1,000 degrees in the kitchen. We got fans going on. It's so hot out there in the humidity. We're gonna cool this down for just a few minutes, let it absorb all those flavors. Then I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do next. And it involves some cheese. Mozzarella cheese. We're gonna place 4 ounces of it across the bread. It's nice and shredded. Be like cheesy bread, huh?
Cheesy garlic bread.
Yeah. You know, when this melts, it's gonna act like the glue for the spaghetti. We're gonna twirl it best as you can. And we're gonna bring it over. There we go. And we're gonna do that all the way across. We're definitely gonna have some leftover spaghetti. That's because we kind of halved the recipe for the bread, but not the sauce.
That's because we like spaghetti.
Yeah, you can freeze individual portions of that if you have too much. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the rest of the cheese and sprinkle it across the top. If it's too much, you don't have to put it all on there. We've got some Parmesan cheese. Just gonna sprinkle a little bit across the top. We're gonna take some parsley. Put that on top. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, we're ready to pop this back in the oven. It's still heated at the 400 degrees. We'll bake this for about 7 to 8 more minutes until that cheese is nice and melted and kind of golden brown. Y'all, I have enough for another one. I'm gonna take that other one and make another one, you know, if I had people here to do that. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Got the big guns.
Oh, there's my knife again.
I'm gonna put it right in the center and whack it down. Come right here. Oh, y'all hear that crunch? One more. Go fast. There we go. There we go. Spaghetti stuffed garlic bread. Here's my bite. Who knew you could hold spaghetti? Spaghetti and meat sauce and your garlic bread. Some cheese. Can't beat that. Make sure y'all give me a thumbs up on this one. Hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. That way, you'll always know when fun, delicious weeknight meals are put out there. I'll see y'all on the next episode. Bye.